Hey guys, it's SFP here and welcome back. This is episode number one. This is officially the beginning of the new FIFA career mode. This one will be Dortmund, obviously. And I gotta say, guys, I'm a little shocked. I didn't think I'd actually get 10 likes that quickly. Maybe that's just me underselling how interested you guys are in this series, but the deal's a deal. You guys got 10 likes, and I'm gonna post this up right now after I do this voiceover, obviously. And I'm gonna go by the rules just in case those of you missed the episode zero. Basically, I'll be using my set of rules of three, excuse me, for this series, and that would be the first rule being that I'm only allowed three transfers per transfer period. The first transfer period is disabled, so I won't be getting anyone new till the next transfer window, which would be the winter one. And you guys can let me know who you want on the team. The second rule, and as I show you the squad report, is that I will be keeping three players as long as possible, hopefully until they retire, but there's also those instances where they want to leave the club for some reason, whether it's homesick, they don't like the food, they're not getting enough friends, who knows what the reasoning is behind that. But I will be choosing one player, and I have yet to choose that player, but I'm eyeing one of these American players, and that's because I'm from the States. So there's that, and then you guys choose two players, and I believe some people have mentioned Aubameyang or Gabe, excuse me, mentioned Aubameyang and Royce, I believe. So I'll probably be leaving some sort of straw poll in the link down below. And the third rule being that once I get to the second season, I will be managing an international team. Again, it's similar to the previous rule where there's going to be three teams that'll be on the list. One I will choose, and that will be the United States, so that's a given. And two you guys will choose. And so far, one of my viewers actually mentioned Brazil and Wales, so I'll put that in the straw poll as well. But again, I will give you guys this video to decide what teams and what players you want me to keep or go for, excuse me. And I'll go through the rules after the next intro. For you guys who are unfamiliar with my channel, I do things a little bit differently. First of all, if you're noticing the time of this video, this is a pretty long video, and it's just because this is the not international, the preseason tournament. And these episodes tend to be a little bit longer depending on how far I go. So I'm pretty sure, checking by the time, you can tell whether I fared well or whether I had issues with it. And I'm assuming you guys can kind of pull a Sherlock Holmes and figure out how this preseason tournament went out. But I also like to have these little intro things. I know a lot of people skip these, but I like to basically get a feel for the stadium. I believe I forget what place. I think this is the American International Tournament or something to that extent. So we are playing technically in the States or Mexico. I don't remember exactly what stadium is being played right now, but I like to also have these little nice features because FIFA was so nice to actually add a couple of features. I know many people have had issues with the games being exactly the same, but these little nice attention to detail things I really quite enjoy. And so here we are with the first game. As you can see there, nothing much happened in the first half, guys. Because of this, oh, there you go, American Challenge Cup. Because of this tournament being so long and this video being so long, I'm just going to focus on goals and any sort of infractions or cards that are played here. And what a great goal there by Bender, and I believe it was Royce with the assist. And I had a missed opportunity here, guys. I was actually going to ask you which player you guys thought I'd actually start the career mode scoring with. Apparently, it's Bender, so there's that. But I'm just a little curious, guys. Who do you think will be the top goal scorer for my team this season? Let me know in the comment section down below. Letting you guys know just off the bat, I'm not exactly the best when it comes to scoring. So I tend to not have like that focal point in the attack. I don't tend to have that player that scores 20 goals. It's more of a spread out thing, which I guess makes this question a little bit more interesting. Here we have Aubameyang, obviously, and here we have this player whose name I cannot pronounce, and I feel a little bit embarrassed by saying that, but I'll figure out his name momentarily. I know he was actually, for those of you guys who watch Kick TV, he was actually on a list for the top goal assisters in the league, the season so far in general. And I believe he was either number two or number three. So I'm very excited to have him on the team, and hopefully he can provide a couple of clutch assists. But here, what a great. I think it was a mistake actually by the defender there, and we kind of took advantage of that. But lo and behold, we get our second goal, and so far uh, my comment of saying I'm not exactly that good at scoring is kind of looking a little bit bad for me right now. Anyways, this I believe was the last chance that Atletico had, and luckily, something that I am good at is keeping a clean sheet. So I'm hoping I can rack up a couple clean sheets here. So the first game, pretty solid, 2-0 win. I think it was a nice way to present the first game to you guys. And here, training simulation. Here's the thing, guys. I'm a little bit different also with doing training simulation. I tend to do it with the weaker players because a lot of FIFA YouTubers have been clamoring about how the training is so OP. Well, the reason, guys, it's so OP is when you use it on a player that's already in the mid to low 70s. Obviously, that's going to make that player OP, and so the feature looks OP. And my kind of gripe with this is that I actually think that the training mode is actually or should be used for these players that really don't have a chance at breaking into the real team. And so that's what I'm doing at the moment, and that's what I'm going to do for this preseason tournament. However, I will listen to you guys, and if you guys want me to train someone who is a promising player, then I'll add that to my list. However, I will probably keep one of these like low-level players on the train simulation. But again, you guys, let me know which players you want me to train, and I'll add those from time to time as well. As you can see here, that was a goal. For some reason, the ref was like, you know what? Let me get Toronto a PK here, and my goalkeeper there made a great save. And speaking about players, this is actually my B team. And that's something I also do, guys, and I don't know if many YouTubers do that as well, but I like to rotate my squads, and as we see here, there is a yellow card being shown by Colin Warner, which is, I believe, a U.S. player. I'm very familiar with Toronto FC, and this is kind of where my MLS background comes in handy. So, kind of disappointed that I didn't see my home team, DC United, but Toronto has been really great this season, or last season, excuse me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do come next season here. And anyways, that one shot, the penalty kick, was the only good opportunity that it had, and it was actually against the away team. So I'm not doing so well with this B team. Call me a little bit arrogant, but like I said, I like to um, rotate my teams. And here, a great goal by my center midfielder. And I do apologize, guys, for not knowing their names ahead of time. I know this is a little bit ridiculous considering it is Dortmund, and they're a fairly known team. I actually don't use Dortmund that often. I'm more of a Bayern Munich fan, and I know that's not exactly the most creative thing to say, but I actually have a couple connections because while I was born in the States, my parents are actually from Peru. So I remember Bayern Munich very fondly in the days of Claudio Pizarro and Paulo Guerrero. Now, ironically, Pizarro's in Werder Bremen, so I guess maybe that's a team I would be a little bit more familiar with. But that goal is being answered by none other than this player right here, who I believe is a U.S. player or Canadian. I believe it's Osorio. And as we see here, this is one of those goals that I'm just wondering, like, could I have done something better? Maybe I could have pressed a little higher, but still, those are one of those goals that just tend to happen. And maybe one of my players was kind of blocking my goalkeeper's view here, but what a great strike! And as you can see there, he kind of just swerved off number 29 from Toronto, whose name I do not remember, and it is Osorio with the goal. A nice youth Canadian player. I'm very excited to see what he has in store for not only Toronto, but for Canada as well. Excuse me. And that is how this game will end, guys. So far we started off with a solid win. My B squad didn't do so well. Like maybe I underestimated or overestimated or something estimated Toronto, but we get the draw here, and I think that'll be enough. Best on the table, yes, it should be enough. And this little thing Gundogan wants, or is a little bit uh, hesitant or worried, but that's fine. I don't know why he's worried exactly, but the last game will be against Real Salt Lake, who haven't won a tournament in a while. And this actually, the last year they didn't even qualify for the playoffs in over like 7 years. They've been really consistent qualifying in the playoffs. And that's the playoff system that we have there in the States. But I also have a C team, so the C team will be here. And obviously, if I had issues with my B team, the C team might not fare as well as my B team. But this is also another thing I like to do with these tournaments, guys. This is really just extra money. So The point being is that I like to use players that I don't usually use and kind of get a feel for them. And so here we're going to see a yellow card played to the right back here, which I believe is Tony Beltran. Yep, Tony Beltran. And so Olmes Garcia is trying to calm Beltran down, but there's no point, guys. That was a clear yellow here. No ball whatsoever. And now here we have the end of the first half. Nothing too much, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to focus this episode on just goals and any sort of yellow cards that are being played. I'm gonna make a couple changes here, and I know I haven't made many changes so far. I tend not to make changes in the games because that affects the player's rating overall, and by rating overall I mean during that game. So I tend not to do that. And here we had a great save from the goalkeeper who just came in, and then Olmes Garcia gets the rebound, and we are playing at a deficit, guys. This isn't good at all because we're actually risking a lot because right now we are in second place. We have 4 points, but depending on the overall goals and all that kind of stuff, we might actually see ourselves out of this tournament. A tournament that we started off really, really well. Or not really well, but well enough to convince the fans here that this team is very serious. But anyways, that puts a hindrance on this game, and so now we have to up the ante. And as you can see by the time there, guys, unfortunately, we don't do it, and we actually lose. So we have a win, a draw, and a loss, which I don't know how you guys feel about that. I know that people have been having issues with players winning every single game, and hopefully this actually makes you guys more excited for this series because I'm not going to say I'm the best, I'm the worst, but I'm clearly not the best at FIFA. And just to let you guys know off the bat, I am doing it in professional. If that's an issue for you, I can understand that. A lot of people just do world class and legendary. But my thoughts on it is if you can make the series interesting, in any level, then that's the level you should play. If you're winning every single game, that's no fun. If you're losing every single game, that's no fun either. So you kind of have to have a Goldilocks kind of zone where you're winning maybe a substantial amount of games, just enough to get by and lose ever so often. This so far in this tournament, that seems to be the case. It seems to be the level that I'm going for at the moment. However, when the actual season starts, that might change. I won't be rotating as much, so I'll be using my A team more often, and so that might lead to more wins in my part. So hopefully, if you guys are worried that I'm gonna suck, I don't think I'm gonna suck. However, getting the number one spot, winning the league, will be interesting. At least I hope it'll be interesting. Otherwise, I might have to consider increasing the level. And right now, I'm at this awkward level, and I don't know how many of you guys understand me when I say awkward level, where I feel like I'm maybe too good for professional, but not good enough for world class. I wish there was a level in between. Make it a world pro or a I don't know, some sort of level in between. But right now, um, like I said, I'm in between that little limbo there. Although I've experienced that with teams that are in the lower end or middle table kind of teams, so I've never actually played world class with a top level team. So maybe that'll actually make me better. But who knows? I mean, I kind of don't want to risk it at the moment because the expectations are so much higher. But if need be, and if you guys are clamoring for it at some point at the end of the season, I'll consider it. But as of right now, it's going to be professional, guys. And we have the semifinal here. And this is why I like to do these little intros here. I like to, because right now that is a beautiful stadium. And, there's no point in skipping all this and not enjoying the beauty that is the attention to detail that FIFA has done with these stadiums. Um, Obviously, there are some stadiums that are just generic. You can't really help that. But I'm hoping that at one day, uh, FIFA will have enough stadiums where that won't be so much of an issue. That would be great, guys. And I guess as a question, guys, which stadium that hasn't been in FIFA would you like to see next? Obviously, because I follow the MLS. There's a couple stadiums that I'd actually be interested in. Not my home team though, because RFK Stadium is exactly the most uh, visibly pleasing uh, stadium to actually see. And as we see here, Marquinhos actually gets the red card because I believe he was the last man. And we're going to have a critical point in the game here where we can actually take the lead at the end of the half. And that would be not only uh, good for us in the sense that we'll take the lead, but it's also going to be some sort of morale hindrance for Paris Saint Germain because it's always that rule where the first 15 minutes of the half and the last 5 minutes, those are the most important times, especially at the end of the game, at the end of the half, because they'll go in the stadium knowing that they just conceded. So that's gonna stick it to them, and I'm gonna switch to Royce because I think Royce is a little bit better with these, and Royce gives us the lead towards the end of the half. And I'm fairly fond of Royce, and so far, like I said, I believe Gabe was the one who is asking to keep Royce and keep Aubameyang. So I'm hoping they don't decide to leave and be homesick of some kind. Obviously, Royce won't be homesick. However, he would you consider Borussia Dortmund a top level club, like at the likes of Bayern Munich or Inter? I guess Inter Milan wouldn't be considered. I guess depending on I consider it as a top club, but maybe you guys don't. Real Madrid, Barcelona, that kind of thing. Because I'm wondering if I might get that comment at some point saying, you know what, I feel like I'm too big for this club. Obviously in real life he loves this club, I believe. So I don't think he'll ever get that, or he'll give me that comment. So I'm hoping that's the case. But like I said, I don't think he'll get homesick. Aubameyang might, but I mean his his country of origin isn't exactly in the league here, so um, that might be interesting. And Dogan finds it, and then somehow Ramos, a Colombian, finds a sweet rebound there, takes it, no problem. It'd be weird if he missed, but luckily for us, that shot was too easy to have any other result here. And you can see there, it looked like a handball actually, but it doesn't matter because he gets the rebound. And I'm a little surprised that Ramos, as a sub, gets the goal while Aubameyang, who's been playing fairly well, I guess I could have given him that PK. I feel a little bit bad now, but Ramos actually gets a goal before Aubameyang. That's interesting, guys. And here we go again, and here we have, and I swear I'm gonna learn how to pronounce his name, guys. He gets this nice little goal all by himself, guys. Granted, Paris Saint-Germain is a man down, but still the amount of strength that he has to kind of beat his defender there takes it in that little cheekiness because that goalkeeper looked like he was going near post, and so the fact that he actually beats him there, fairly, fairly well taken shot there, guys. And it looks like uh, Ibrahimovic is not impressed, and I don't know why I just stumbled on his name. That's a little awkward. Here we have Lavesi, gets the rebound, and Lavesi's not going to miss from there, guys. The Argentine, who I don't know how fair he's doing, how well he's doing in Paris Saint-Germain. I've been hearing things of him not being exactly happy. He hasn't been playing as much. But then again, I don't follow League 1 that much. But if any of you guys who do follow League 1, please let me know what's the whole Lavesi situation. Because last time I checked, he wasn't exactly as happy as he was previous seasons. I know Di Maria's been killing it in Paris Saint Germain, Germain. Oh my God, I'm gonna get so much crap for not being able to pronounce that. PSG. There we go. We're just gonna stay with PSG there to make me not sound like an idiot most of this video. Anyways, here Ibrahimovic headers the ball, or heads the ball, and I'm at a loss for words, guys. I don't know what happened there, other than Zlatan is king. He saw that my goalkeeper was out enough to actually get that to work, and I'm just scratching my head like, how is that even possible? Dare to Zlatan, I guess, but my goalkeeper should have had that. And my 3-0 lead, which I thought, was a solid lead, is shortened down to just one goal. But luckily, this is the 90th minute, so uh, they don't have enough time to actually get the equalizer here, guys. And we kind of skimmed through. And this tournament in itself has been very interesting because we start off with a win. We got a draw. We got a loss. So that's the nice little roller coaster there. Now we had a roller coaster in this game alone, where we've had a significant lead, a 3-0 lead that the teams should not be able to come back from. And then we kind of concede two goals in the second half, They kind of worry me a little bit there, but we do make it to the final, and it will be against Valencia from Spain. And that little bat reminds me of the Bacardi bat, and I believe Bacardi does have a bat. For any guys who are over 21 or those who uh, know about drinks, I believe Bacardi does have a bat in its little uh, symbol or sign. Am I correct or am I not? And I guess I might as well tell you guys as well. I'm a little bit different than other FIFA YouTubers. I kind of tend to be a little bit random, especially during these little cutscenes here. As we can see, Negredo. I forgot Negredo actually made a transfer. I remember him back in the day with Real Madrid actually, and then he went to Man City. And that reminds me, I wonder where Soldado is. I haven't seen Soldado in a long time. But anyways, I'm a little random. Like for instance, the main reason, guys, I won't be uploading for a while, and I'll tell you guys later. But anyways, like for some reason, I was surprised that you guys actually reached 10 likes so quickly. I just came back from watching Kung Fu Panda 3, and I gotta say, Kung Fu Panda 3 was amazing. For you guys who haven't seen the movie, please go treat yourself. Watch it. It was amazing. I liked it. I'm a big Jack Black fan. However, his movies are hit and miss for me. I wasn't exactly fond of Nacho Libre, although I know there's a little fan base of Nacho Libre people who just love that movie. So, like I said, it wasn't my thing, but apparently people did like that movie. I've never seen School of Rock, and that's on my list because apparently people say I should watch School of Rock. So there's a little bit of randomness there, but let's go focus back on this game and the final to see who the winner is. We have Negredo with a nice headed shot, a rebound, and Feguli. Of course, Feguli is a beast. Feguli is so underrated, and I don't know if that's fair to say anymore because I feel like people say he's so underrated that maybe he's normally rated so far, but he is the one to get the lead here, guys. And starting off from behind, I don't think that's happened. Oh, well, besides the group stage game, I guess, but starting the final off here, losing isn't exactly the place I want to be right now because I want to rack up as much money as I can, and Feguli kind of just destroys that right there. But luckily, there's still enough time for me to actually make a comeback, unlike PSG in the previous game. Anyways, and I believe this will be the end of the first half, guys. A 1-0 loss at the half. I don't think that is actually new because even though I lost in the group stage against Real Salt Lake, that was in the second half, not the first half. So at least I have plenty of time, motivate the boys here and hopefully turn this result around. Anyways, here we have Gaia, who I've actually used in a previous career mode. He's great, but not great so far. And here, the guy who's the assist king in real life is actually our top goal scorer in this tournament. And Mustafi, I believe, is not too happy. And if you're not happy, Mustafi, you could definitely blame Gaia because that was all him. And I was considering signing him up, but if he's gonna play like this, that is actually making me double think that. And their Gaia is obviously very disappointed in himself, as he should be, because they had the lead and now they do not. We have equalized, and now we're gonna go for the winner, guys. And here we have, again, another goal, number 4, and I believe this makes him tied with Latin to be the top goal scorer. I'd have to double check that, but I believe that's the case. And now we have the lead. I believe Aubameyang with the assist, is that correct? Aubameyang has yet to score, which is a little awkward because in real life he's killing it in the Bundesliga. As you can see there, I'm not exactly the most normal YouTuber because many people using a dormant career or doing a dormant career mode would actually have Aubameyang score like every single goal. So the fact that my right midfielder is a top goal scorer is kind of interesting, guys. We have Aubameyang who's trying to go and be an assister yet again, but time is cut short and we actually do get the lead. We come back from a 1-0 deficit at the half to claim all the money. I could care less for the trophy, but considering it is the American Challenge Cup, it adds a little bit more sentimental thing because obviously I got to play against MLS teams, which is just a nice little feature, guys. Oh, and we win this tournament. And while that's happening, guys, I might as well let you guys know how this series, or I guess a little bit more information on this series. I was actually going to take a break. I'm still taking a break technically, and the reasoning is because I've just uploaded so many videos the last couple of months that I was kind of being fatigued, and I know that sounds a little weird, but I needed to take a little break. But now I'm back, well, semi back. I will be still MIA for the next week, but next Monday I will be uploading this series yet again. So I'll be uploading Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'm actually reducing it from 5 videos a week to 3 videos a week because again, it's hopefully the fact that I'm switching it will not cause me to burn out, so to speak. And I know again that sounds silly because I'm just playing a game, guys. It sounds silly to say that, but I typically basically play all my games in one day. And when I did 5, that was about 4 hours. So if you put it that way, then that makes sense because I do have a job. This is just for fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I know I am. And I kind of want to get your feedback. I kind of want to basically interact with you guys. That's one of the main reasons I'm into FIFA right now and doing this recording because I want to interact with you guys. I want to see what ideas you have. I'll gladly listen to them. I will be uploading the next episode next Monday, and hopefully that's enough time for you guys to give me your feedback and give me the players that you want me to keep and also the teams that you want me to manage internationally. I'm hoping that week will be enough. I will leave some sort of straw poll in the description down below, so feel free to voice your opinions on that in there. I will, like I said, leave it in the description down below. And if you guys are worried about how long my videos will be, this is the only episode that will be this long, guys. Well, technically the next preseason tournament, depending on how far I go on it, but typically my videos will be about 10 to 15 minutes long, and that's just because of the way I edit. Because I don't feel that videos should be that short, to be quite honest. That's just a little. I've seen some 5-minute videos, and maybe you guys are enjoying that more often. I don't know, but that's kind of not my deal. Again, I'm training these lower level people, but if you guys want me to train someone else, please let me know again in the description, or not description, but the comment section down below. Please follow me on Twitter at SFP Soccer Show and on Twitch at SFP Gaming. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but I will see you guys in a week. Peace out.